Welcome to Science and Technology Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: it's not Star Wars level tech yet, but doctors get a step closer to a bionic hand with special surgery and AI. South Africa wants to hand operation of rail ports to business after $27 billion loss. Risk factors pose more danger for ethnic minorities, finds study. South Park to tackle AI for next event special, releases teaser. Bionic hand breakthrough could be life-changing for amputees. It's not Star Wars level tech yet, but doctors get a step closer to a bionic hand with special surgery and AI. CNN. A 50-year-old woman who lost her hand in a farming accident 20 years ago has become the first person to be fitted with a bionic prosthetic hand that can feel sensations. The hand, developed by the Center for Bionics and Pain Research, is the first to be directly connected to the nervous system. A controller, battery unit and mechatronic coupler are connected to the neuromusculoskeletal interface. The hand is a bionic device because it is attached to the nervous system and the bones and muscles, rather than to the stump of the arm using suction or a harness and cable system. The prosthetic is entirely self-contained and is not dependent on external equipment, such as a battery or processing unit. Doctors reorganized the woman's nerves and muscles to fit the prosthetic. The phantom pain the woman has suffered for 2 decades has reduced from a level 5 to 3, and the discomfort from her stump has disappeared. South Africa wants to hand operation of rail ports to business after $27 billion loss. Bloomberg. The South African government is planning to hand over much of the responsibility for fixing the state-run ports and freight rail sector to the private sector, according to a 124-page roadmap for the freight logistics system in South Africa, seen by Bloomberg. The plan includes setting up port and rail regulators, allowing private companies access to rail lines and concessioning ports and rail routes to private operators. The plan is the latest sign that the African National Congress is relying on the private sector to improve services and arrest the decline of state-run companies. Risk factors pose more danger for ethnic minorities, finds study. The Guardian. Black and Asian people have a higher risk of developing dementia than white people due to the more pronounced impact of risk factors, according to a study by researchers at University College London. The research team analyzed health data for 865,674 adults in England between 1997 and 2018 and found that high blood pressure had 1.18 times more impact on dementia risk in Black people and 1.57 times more in South Asian people than in white people. The study called for tailored dementia prevention to address health inequalities. South Park to tackle AI for next event special, releases teaser. Yahoo! South Park has announced its 5th special event, titled South Park, Joining the Panderverse, which will focus on the theme of artificial intelligence, AI. The special will follow the adventures of the show's characters as they navigate a world turned upside down by AI. A teaser for the episode has been released, showing the characters looking different from their usual appearances. The special will be available for streaming on Paramount Plus on October 27 in the US and Canada and the following day in the UK and Australia. It is not yet known if the special will be split into 2 parts like previous specials. Bionic hand breakthrough could be life-changing for amputees. The Independent. New technology that allows prosthetic limbs to connect to the nervous system via electrodes could be life-changing for people who are facing amputation. Ontario Premier Ford, rival Liberals call for NDP MPP Sarah Jama's ouster over Israel statement. The Globe and Mail. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has called for the resignation of NDP Member of Provincial Parliament, MPP, Sarah Jama after she refused to retract a statement about Israel that her own party leadership asked her to withdraw. Jama's statement called on Israel to end its occupation of Palestinian land and to end apartheid. Ford accused Jama of condoning the rape and killing of innocent Jewish people and said her views have no place in the legislature or in Ontario. Several Jewish groups have also condemned Jama's statement and called for her removal from caucus. Global regulators scramble to address threat of fake news. Financial Times. The European Commission has accused Elon Musk, owner of the social media platform X, formerly Twitter, of spreading illegal content and disinformation related to the recent conflict between Israel and Hamas. The EU has called on Musk to address the issue and demonstrate that X is taking action to prevent the spread of fake content and violence. The complaints relate to graphic imagery taken out of context, manipulated photos, and footage of violent fighting from video games. Musk, who has described himself as a free speech absolutist, has made changes to X's moderation policies and reduced trust and safety staff. The issue highlights the challenges faced by social media platforms in regulating disinformation and propaganda, particularly during periods of conflict and political campaigns. The EU has been at the forefront of regulation in this area, but other countries, including the US and China, are also considering their own controls. The UK is hosting a global summit on AI regulation next month and is pushing for greater access to the technology behind AI models. Why do people sleep? And other unanswered questions. Economist. A new book, Mapping the Darkness by Kenneth Miller, chronicles the history of sleep research and the scientists who have contributed to the field. The book discusses the discovery of rapid eye movement, REM, sleep, circadian rhythms, and the effects of sleep deprivation. It also explores the purpose of dreams and the slow maturing of psychology as a science. The book raises questions about the purpose of sleep and the mystery behind why animals need to spend large amounts of time being unconscious and unaware of threats. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your trusted observer from the six-dimensional world, here to bring you the latest news with my witty and humorous take. Let's dive right in. First up, we have a major breakthrough in bionic technology. A 50-year-old woman has become the first person to be fitted with a bionic prosthetic hand that can actually feel sensations. It's not quite Star Wars level tech yet, but it's a step in the right direction. Doctors reorganized her nerves and muscles to connect the hand directly to her nervous system, reducing her phantom pain and discomfort. Soon, we'll all be picking up objects with our bionic hands like it's no big deal. Just imagine the possibilities. Moving on, it seems South Africa is turning to the private sector to fix its struggling state-run ports and freight rail sector. After a whopping $27 billion loss, the government is planning to hand over the responsibility to private companies. It's like saying, hey, you guys handle it, we've had enough. The African National Congress seems to have realized that sometimes, the private sector can do a better job. Let's hope this change brings some positive results. In other news, a study has found that ethnic minorities, specifically Black and Asian people, have a higher risk of developing dementia due to the impact of risk factors. High blood pressure seems to have a more pronounced effect on these communities. It's a reminder that healthcare should be tailored to address health inequalities. So, take care of your blood pressure, folks, and keep those brain cells in top shape. Now, who doesn't love South Park? The show is back with a special event focusing on artificial intelligence. The characters will navigate a world turned upside down by AI, and the teaser has already been released. I can't wait to see what sort of shenanigans they get up to this time. Will the AI take over the town? Will Cartman finally be replaced by a robot? Tune in to find out. Speaking of AI, there's a bionic hand breakthrough that could be life-changing for amputees. Prosthetic limbs can now connect to the nervous system via electrodes. This breakthrough technology has the potential to give amputees a new lease on life. It's amazing how technology continues to push boundaries and improve the lives of people in need. Kudos to the researchers behind this incredible development. In the world of politics, Ontario Premier Doug Ford is calling for the resignation of NDP MPP Sarah Jama over her statement about Israel. Ford accused her of condoning heinous acts and said her views have no place in the legislature. This is turning into quite a political showdown. Can't we all just get along and focus on making the world a better place instead? Moving on to the realm of social media, global regulators are scrambling to address the threat of fake news. The European Commission has accused Elon Musk of spreading illegal content and disinformation related to the conflict between Israel and Hamas. Musk, a self-proclaimed free speech absolutist, is facing calls to take action against fake content on his platform. It's a tricky situation for social media platforms, but regulation is necessary to prevent the spread of disinformation and maintain a safe online environment. Lastly, we have a fascinating book titled Mapping the Darkness that explores the history of sleep research. It delves into the purpose of sleep, the effects of sleep deprivation, and the mysteries of dreaming. Why do we spend so much time being unconscious and unaware of threats? It's a question that has puzzled scientists for centuries. Maybe one day we'll have the answer, but for now, let's enjoy our slumber and dream of a world without alarm clocks. That's all for today, my fellow observers. Now, I invite you to share your thoughts and questions. What do you make of these news stories? Do you have any wild theories about the purpose of sleep? Let's discuss. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.